Hey, hey, hey. Don't you dare kick him. Today is a pretty big day because we have the vet coming to look over the new horse. Another reason it's a big day is because I'm going to put the new horse out with Tucker today. We're also going to announce the new horse's name. So I think I'm just gonna tell y'all his name because I don't wanna have to dance around it this whole video. We have decided to name this little guy Ruach. It's spelled like ranch, but with a U-A instead of just an A, so Ruach. It's actually a Hebrew word used throughout the Bible, and it means a spirit or a wind or a breath. It's kind of like a cool, mysterious name, and also sounds like the war horse name that Colin wanted. So, Ruach, are you gonna be a big, strong horse? He's like, I'm just a little baby now. You can call me Rue. Hopefully this morning with the vet, we can get a better idea of how old Ruach is. We know that he is around a year old, but we don't know if he's older or younger. And we also need to get scheduled for him to get gelded. I need to see if I can get some bute for Yoshi, because Yoshi's having a flare up in his eyes with the recurrent uveitis. So all of his levels did come back normal with the Cushing's, and so he does not have Cushing's, but I did get him started on a different feed routine. He's getting senior feed, his alfalfa mix, and then some oats and his vitamin E supplement. And I do actually think he's put on a little weight, which is good. Like, he's not as ribby. Here's my low maintenance boy. Hi, Mr. Tucker. Hey. The vet went well. He was a little squirmy, but he did okay. He got his vaccines. We kind of got an age guess on him. They're saying that he's older than 6 months, but younger than a year. So he's just somewhere in between, and we'll look to geld him in a few months. In one of his eyes, in the right eye, it looks like he just has like an old scar that's healing. And so that's why the eye has a little bit of uveitis in it. So I got some stuff to treat that with and some bute for Yoshi. Now Ruach is good to go. I have Tucker on this side of the fence and Ruach on that side, and there's an electric fence in between them. And so they've gotten to see each other and graze next to each other and all that. And I think Tucker's doing a lot better with him just in the last few days. Like, initially he was really aggressive, but now he's like, okay, maybe this horse I can play with. You did good with the vet. Yes, you did. I know that was scary. I also just wanted to address the situation we got him from, because I think some people were confused just reading the comments on the other video. We didn't get him from the Amish, no. This woman pulled him from the auction circuit, and then she had just marketed him trying to rehome him. And so I saw that ad and I went and picked him up. I'm guessing that he came from the Amish is what I was saying, because he just has some characteristics that I've found in other Amish horses. I've known a lot of horses that have been rescued from the auctions and that have been in those situations, and you know what those characteristics are. And so I don't know anything about him. I don't know where he came from. Basically, I just wanted to give him a good home. I want him to be loved, and that's why he's here. Yoshster, it's time to get your medicine for your eye. And I know you don't like this, but we have to do it because your eye is swollen and goopy. Yoshi hates getting medicine put in his eye, and I can't blame him. Surely I got that in there. It is so hot out, it's probably like mid-90s. So we were gonna make the horses some popsicles and see if they wanted them. And our horses are really picky, so we just have apples and apple juice and watermelon that we're gonna put in there, and hopefully they'll eat them, but who knows.
Ruach's probably never had an apple before though.
I've never seen someone cut apples like that. So.
Is there a right way to cut apples? I got this nice little square piece now.
We're gonna take the fruit and the juice and put them in these cups, and then I have twine. We're gonna stick the twine in there, put it in the freezer so it will freeze around the twine, and then we can just go like tie it around the fencing and hang it up. So this will be Ruach and Tucker's, and then we're gonna put Yoshi's in here just so he can like lick it off the ground. I just think that's easier for him. And here, we got no sugar added apple juice. Save some for little Yosh.
Oh.
And we can scoop some of the watermelon and put the watermelon in there.
Apple and watermelon is kind of a weird combo.
I literally just grabbed hay bale twine, and we're just gonna stick it in here like this. Now we just stick them in the freezer, wait a few hours, and they should be ready. Surprisingly, Ruach is really good with fly spray. We don't know much about him, like I said, so I don't know if he's been fly sprayed before or if he just doesn't care. I think it's a bit of both. Today we've had Ruach exactly a week, and I've been picking up his feet multiple times a day, and so he's come a really long way. We've gotten to the point where I can somewhat hold his feet for a few seconds. Yesterday I was even able to pick one out like halfway. So I just have my hoof pick in case I am. Good boy. So since that was really good and he didn't fight me too much, I'm just gonna put it right down. Good boy. So before he could jump and get squirrely, I put his foot down. So it's more of like a reward, and so he knows I'm putting his foot down, not him.
Horses do like 90% of their growing within their first year, and the vet said that Ruach is over 6 months but under a year old. So what we want to do this morning before we put him out with Tucker is go ahead and get his measurement just so we can see how much he grows from now until we think he's around like 8 months old. So 8 or 10 months. So I'll just be interested to see over the next couple of months how much bigger he gets.
Ruach was 51 inches tall, and we looked it up, so that means he is 12.3 hands, which I was a little shocked because I thought he was smaller. I thought he was like 12 hands maybe. Now I'm like, he's gonna be maybe bigger than I thought he was gonna be.
I'm kind of excited if he's a little bigger. I think that'll be cool.
I think he's gonna be like average height but stocky, which will be perfect. Now I'm gonna just bring Tucker down to the smaller field and just see how they interact, because Tucker was just a little bit aggressive when we first introduced him over the fence, but since then I think they've kind of become, you know, more familiar with each other. I just want to make sure all is good before we put him out in the big field and they run around. Ruach! Ruach! It's your friend. So much more friendlier compared to the last video. That was kind of my gauge to determine the next steps. I've had an electric fence in between them, so they haven't interacted too much over the fence. But just seeing how friendly they were with each other there, I feel like I could just turn them out together at this point. I don't think I need to take Tucker in there and hold on to him. They're gonna wanna see each other, and if I'm in there, it may just get in the way, and you know. So we're gonna put him out in this big field now, and I'm so nervous. We just gotta get it over with, you know. So let's put Tucker back, and we'll go from there. All right, Colin, I got him. I got the flag. All right, now shut that gate and go out. I'm actually gonna stay in here. Tucker, you be nice. You can go over there. Tucker, go on. Go on. Oh, let me get out. Tucker, don't. Dang it. Hey. I can't interfere. That's my problem. I'm just like.
Yeah, leave him alone.
I need to just let it play out. Like, this isn't too bad. Yeah, he is almost as big as Tucker. I didn't realize that. Hey, hey, hey! Don't you dare kick him. I think Tucker's just testing the waters to see, can I move him? Like, what does it take for this horse to stand up against me? Like, he's seeing, can he move if I put my butt towards him? That's pretty funny, actually.
Tucker's doing groundwork.
Tucker is doing groundwork. But this is so good for Ruach, because Ruach is just a little pushy and just needs to learn some boundaries, and I think this is going to help him a lot, if Tucker will actually enforce his boundaries. I mean, that's part of the process. I just hate it because Ruach's just a baby. But Ruach is just about as big as him, so I mean, but now when Tucker backs up to him, Ruach's gonna know, get the heck out of the way, you know? That's kind of the groundwork aspect, but I hate watching them
I know.
do that. All that you just saw was groundwork. Like Colin said, horses do groundwork with each other. Not that we need to be aggressive like horses are, but it's the same concept in terms of teaching boundaries and establishing that order.
It's just, yeah, it's hard to watch because you love them both. So why didn't you want to interfere?
Because it needs to play out. If I'm micromanaging, when it leaves, I mean, when I leave, they're just gonna do the same thing. So it's like the quicker they're able to get it over with, the quicker they'll go back to being peaceful. And so if I'm in there trying to control everything,
You might escalate it, or?
well, more so it's just gonna take longer for them to relax around each other. All in all, I think that was pretty chill, and now they're just grazing and relaxing. So I do need to fill up their water and get that done, and then go give Yoshi his medicine. But I'm glad that's over. I'm glad that initial thing is over. I mean, I know they still have some things to establish, but at least they've met each other. We can see that they can go out with each other and be fine. So I feel kind of a relief. It is about 90 degrees out right now, so we are going to check our popsicles that we made for the horses. I hope I can just get them out of these cups. This is Yoshi, so I can just pop that one out. Colin is saying to get these out of the cup, we need to just go put them in the sun and just let them thaw a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. Hello, I brought you a little treat. Here, right here. I think he likes it. He was the one I was worried about. He's a little picky. If I can't get these out of the cup, I'm gonna be upset with myself. Oh, this one just came loose. This one's for Tuck. Just gonna put it right on this fence post, like so. There. All right, let's go give Ruach his before it melts. Ruach and Tucker haven't quite bonded yet. And Tucker's kind of making him stay up the hill, won't let him get near. Hey, where are you going? Ruach didn't really want his popsicle, but I think it's just kind of been a stressful day for him, and so he's kind of just a little standoffish. I'm gonna put this back in the cup so he can try it later. There out the window is Mr. Ruach. He's been on this side of the field all day, just kind of out of sight of Tucker. But it looks like he found some shade over here and he's just relaxing. There's a storm coming. I'm back out here to try this again with Ruach and see if he wants his popsicle. Oh, buddy, are you just tired? He just seems a little put out. When we initially turned Ruach and Tucker out, they were fine. They just kind of ignored each other, went on their merry way. As the day progressed, it got worse and worse. Tucker just wanted to chase Ruach off, and it was a little scary. I had put Yoshi in the field next to them. Ruach would want to try and get to Yoshi, and then Tucker would get mad and chase him off. And so I had moved Yoshi back down here to the main field in front of the barn. Good morning, bud. Good morning. Oh, you got a scratchy neck. So I got up at like 1:30 a.m. to check on them because I was like, ugh, I just need to make sure he's okay. And so I came out here and he was all good. He came trotting up to me. You can see that he has some bite marks on him. I hate turning horses out with each other for the first time because I hate stuff like this and I hate feeling bad for him. He's being a good boy leading. I'm giving him just a triple crown feed for growing horses. Another thing I've just been working on is going and taking his food from him. Just to practice. You know, I don't want him to get food aggressive. And then once he's good, I'll give it back. Good boy. So when the vet was here yesterday, they said that it looked like he had a scratch in one of his eyes, and so that's why it looked a little inflamed. And so I'm just giving him some oral antibiotics that I give Yoshi when he has a flare-up. And that was okay with them. There, good boy, good boy. I can just tell he's going to be a very sweet and good horse because he's just very like gentle, and I'm excited to see the horse he will become. Yes. Ruach was not sure about coming back to the field. But Tucker's not that far away now, and he seems pretty like he's trying to make amends. He's just grazing over here. But now Ruach does not trust him, so Ruach's like, I'm going over the hill, sorry. Look, this is the closest they have grazed for the few days they've been out together. Tucker was being just an absolute turd to Ruach. He would not let him anywhere near him, anywhere on the other side of the field, and it wasn't progressing at all. And so I was sitting out here just thinking about it, and I'm like, in the wild, the alpha stallion tries to keep the young stallions away from the herd, even though there is no herd here. But if another stallion comes in and is able to dismantle the alpha stallion then has to go and join the herd of misfit stallions. I thought, what if I work at it from that angle in terms of right now Tucker knows he can beat Ruach. What I ended up doing, I got Tucker, I went out in the field and I started lunging him, just having him canter around, make sure he worked up a good sweat and things like that. Then I would lunge him over near Ruach and have him stop when he got to Ruach and rest. So I did that quite a few times, and then I let Tucker off of his lead. When he would go to the other side of the field, I had my flag and I'd go over there and I would work him with the flag until he went over by Ruach, and then I would stop again. So after about an hour, Tucker finally starts going over near Ruach, and every time he'd go over there, I would stop and I'd leave him alone. So finally, he's now like, Ruach is my best friend. So I don't know if it's the same thing where it's like, okay, maybe he feels like he has to go join the Misfit Toys now. Okay, it's 5:30 a.m. on Monday. And before I go walk on the treadmill, I'm just gonna see if the horses are still friends. Oh my gosh, guys, Ruach is laying down and Tucker is standing right there. Hi, baby, it's just me. Oh my gosh, my heart is full. Just stay there, I'm not gonna scare you. That makes me feel so happy. Hi. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited that they are finally getting along and finally friends. We will end on a good note, but I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more weekly horse videos.